Welcome, fight fans. If you're here, you already know the name Ilia El Matador. Topuria, the undefeated phenom who's taken the UFC by storm. But here's the question that's got everyone talking. Who really challenged Ilia Topuria, who gave El Matador a run for his money today? We're not just talking about wins and losses. We're digging deep into the moments that almost changed history, the fighters who came the closest, and the stories you haven't heard yet. So sit tight, grab your favorite snack, and let's get into the heart of the action. Let's start at the beginning. Ilia Topuria isn't just any fighter. He's a force of nature born in Germany to Georgian parents raised in Georgia and honed in Spain. Topuria's journey to the UFC is a story of grit, determination, and raw talent from his early days in Greco-Roman wrestling to his explosive debut in MMA. Topuria has always stood out, but what makes him so special, it's not just his skill, although that's undeniable, it's his mindset. Topuria is calm under pressure, methodical in his approach, and relentless in the cage. He doesn't just win fights, he dominates them. And as he climbed the ranks, fans and analysts started to take notice. By the time he reached the UFC, everyone knew this kid was different, but every legend has a moment where they're truly tested. For Topuria, that moment came in London against a fighter few expected to give him trouble. That fighter's name is Jai Herbert. March 2022. UFC London, the crowd is electric. Jai Herbert, a late replacement, steps into the cage. Most fans saw this as a tune-up for Topuria, a chance to show off his skills. But Herbert had other plans just 48 seconds into the first round. Herbert lands a head kick that sends Topuria crashing to the canvas. The arena erupts. Topuria is hurt, really hurt. Herbert smells blood and rushes in, looking for the finish. For a few tense seconds, it looks like the unthinkable might happen. Ilia Topuria, the unbeaten prodigy, might lose. But here's where Topuria shows why he's a champion. He grabs Herbert's legs, survives the storm, and somehow makes it out of the round. The crowd is on their feet, the energy is electric, and in the second round, Topuria comes back with a vengeance, landing a brutal combination that knocks Herbert out cold. It was a moment that changed everything. For the first time, fans saw Topuria vulnerable. For the first time, they saw that he could be hurt, and for the first time, they saw the heart of a champion. After the fight, Jai Herbert didn't shy away from the spotlight in interviews. He made it clear he believes he had Topuria hurt. He says if he'd been a little more patient, a little more composed, he could have finished the job. And honestly, he's got a point. Herbert's head kick is now legendary. It's the closest anyone's come to beating Topuria in the UFC, and it's a blueprint for anyone brave enough to step into the cage with El Matador. But here's the million-dollar question. Can anyone actually pull it off, or was Herbert's moment just a fluke? Let's be real. Topuria's not invincible. He's human, and as we've seen, he can be hurt. But what makes him so dangerous is his ability to weather the storm and come back stronger. He's got that killer instinct. That's why analysts like Michael Bisping call him one of the most complete fighters in the game. So is Topuria beatable? Absolutely. But you've got to be perfect. You've got to be patient, and you've got to be ready for war. That's why so many fighters have tried and failed to crack the code. With a potential showdown against Charles Oliveira on the horizon, the stakes have never been higher. Oliveira's a finisher, a legend in his own right. He's got more submissions than anyone in UFC history, and he's not afraid to take risks, but he's hungry, he's confident, and he's not backing down from anyone. So what do you think? Can Oliveira crack the code, or will Topuria keep his perfect record intact? The MMA world is buzzing with predictions, and fans are more divided than ever. The fans are split. Some say Topuria's the next big thing. Others think he's just been lucky. Social media is blowing up with debates, memes, and wild theories, and honestly, that's what makes MMA so special. Everyone's got an opinion. Some fans are convinced that Herbert's performance is proof that Topuria is beatable. Others argue that Topuria's ability to come back from adversity is what makes him a true champion. The debates are fierce and the memes are hilarious, but one thing's for sure, everyone's watching. Let's bring in the experts. Analysts point to Topuria's composure, footwork, and ability to adapt mid-fight. His wrestling gives him a rock-solid base, and his striking is crisp and powerful. But as we saw with Herbert, he's not perfect. He can be hurt. He can be taken down. The question is, who's got what it takes to exploit those weaknesses? Some experts believe that Topuria's biggest strength is his mental toughness. Others think his technical skills are unmatched. But everyone agrees if you want to beat Topuria, you'd better bring your A-game. No matter what happens next, Ilia Topuria has already made history. He's the first Georgian UFC champion, and he's beaten some of the best in the world. His rise has inspired a new generation of fighters, and his fights are must-watch events. Whether he stays at featherweight, moves to lightweight, or even welterweight. Topuria is a name we'll be talking about for years to come. And if there's one thing we've learned, it's this: never count out El Matador. So let's ask the big question: who can actually beat Ilia Topuria? Jai Herbert came the closest, but he couldn't finish the job. Other contenders have tried, but none have succeeded. So what does it take? Some fans think Charles Oliveira has the tools. Others believe that only a striker with Herbert's reach and patience can do it. And then there are those who think Topuria is simply unstoppable. The truth is, only time will tell. But one thing's for sure: every time Topuria steps into the cage, the world watches. As we look to the future, the featherweight division is more exciting than ever. With Topuria at the top, new challengers are stepping up, and old rivals are looking for redemption. The stakes are high, and the fights are getting bigger. Will Topuria stay undefeated? Will someone finally crack the code? Or will El Matador continue his reign of terror? Only one way to find out. Stay tuned and keep watching. Let's take a peek behind the curtain. What does it take to be Ilia Topuria? It's not just about natural talent, it's about hard work, discipline, and a relentless drive to be the best. Topuria's training is intense. He's up before dawn, running, sparring, and drilling techniques for hours on end. His coaches say he's always looking for ways to improve, always pushing himself to the limit. And when he's not training, he's studying film, analyzing his opponents, and preparing for every possible scenario. It's this mindset that sets him apart. Topuria doesn't just want to win, he wants to dominate. And that's why he's become the standard for excellence in the UFC. At the end of the day, it's the fans who make MMA so special. And when it comes to Ilia Topuria, the passion is real. From Georgia to Spain to the United States, fans are inspired by his story, his style, and his never-say-die attitude. Whether you're a die-hard MMA fan or just tuning in for the big fights, Topuria's journey is one you can't help but root for. He's the underdog who became a champion, the fighter who never backs down, and the man who keeps proving the doubters wrong. As we wrap up, let's remember what makes Ilia Topuria so special. It's not just his undefeated record, it's not just his knockout power, it's his heart, his determination, and his ability to overcome adversity. So who really challenged Ilia Topuria? Jai Herbert came the closest, but Topuria's story is far from over. The next chapter is waiting to be written, and the world is watching. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Ilia Topuria. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a fight, and let us know in the comments, who do you think can beat Ilia Topuria? Until next time, keep watching, keep debating, and keep supporting the fighters who make this sport so amazing.